Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today as I review the RALENO 120 LED bulb shoot tent kit. This thing is just amazing. I've been using it for a few days and I just really wanted to make sure that I did a video review on this because most of the stuff I do is video. So let me tell you what you get in the box. Of course, you're going to get the kit and we'll set that up in just a moment. You also receive 4 backgrounds. Now, these backgrounds are great. And they've got hook and loop on the top so you know exactly where to put them in and they stay exactly where you put them. So it comes in white. I also have a gray background, and gray is something that I find I use more than anything else because some of the things I do are fairly muted. And then I've got a black background that I use for any of the brilliant stuff that I shoot, like gold. I shoot a lot of gold on a turntable. And then also there's one here that I'll probably never use, but it came in the kit. They call it orange red, I believe. Not really a color I don't think I'm going to use, but hey, it's there, and if I find the need, I'll have it. And of course, it comes with its complete power source, and I've already got it plugged in. But I like this because I have a control for the brightness of the light, and I have a separated on-off switch. So that gives... I don't like things where when I control the brightness that they can suddenly turn off. This way I can keep it on, and I don't have to worry about it. The owner's manual, which quite frankly I haven't even looked at because I try to do everything to see how intuitive it is. And then this is a diffuser filter that goes on the top that takes away some of the glare, or it takes away all of the glare of the lights, the light system. It's 120 LED bulbs, they're pretty bright. This diffuses it, turns it into kind of like a soft box in a way. So let's put this thing together, or let's not put it together, let's just open it up. To use this, you're going to pull off the flap, just pull the flap back and lay it out flat. You're going to have the RALENO name to the right-hand side, and you're going to have the top, which has got your pigtail for your power there, and you simply stand it up. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up the top here real quick as I put the sides on. But to put the sides on, you just open them up. They're already there. They're already in place. And you put those sides on. And one thing I want to note is that the sides, all 3 sides, so the sides, the front, and the top, all have reflective material. You probably can't see that right now, but you'll get a chance to see it in a minute. They all are reflective, but it's that pebble reflective. So what that does is it cuts down on glare. I still got a great amount of reflectivity inside of this box. I mean, it's reflecting everywhere, but it doesn't have the glare because those pebbles just absolutely cut all of that out. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up the other side panel. Everything again is hook and loop. Just put it together. And you know what? I'm going to just use a white background so you can see the contrast. I'm going to drop a background in. And again, there's hook and loop on the corners. And I know you can't see this, but I'll give you a chance in a second. And I just lay that in. So now that is laid in and secured. I'm going to put the diffuser on. Now, the one thing about the diffuser, I will say, because this box has a hole in the top. So if I want to do a shot, a straight vertical shot down, everything's there. So there is a little hole in this that you can open up to get your lens in, and there is a front and back on this. So the front is where you'll see the hook and loop, and you want to make sure that that is pointing towards the front to the RALENO name. You just simply, I just put it on one side and then drag it across because it's going to catch the hook and loop. And then just set it on. My background is in. Everything is ready to go. And this doesn't have to be, you know, super secure or anything else like that. It can have some sags in it as long as it's not getting into your shot. And then close the lid. After that, all I'm going to do is just go through and just kind of push it, get all those hooks and loops together, drop down the front panel, drop down this piece, and open this up. Now, the one thing I kind of don't like is that there simply is nowhere to put this. So what I do is I just bring it up and attach it with the hook and loop on the sides. And now I've got it completely, totally out of the way. It's out of the way of all my camera lenses and everything else. And there you go. Power, super simple. It comes in actually 2 different pieces. So This goes to the pigtail inside the light box. That powers that. You've got your control box, and then you've got your power cable that plugs into that. And then your on-off switch. So it's a dedicated on-off switch, which I really like, as I said. And there we go. We are live. We are ready to go to work. Now let me share with you some of the other features of this box. Of course, I've already covered the pebbling and how that works, and that it gives you a lot of reflection, but it's not overpowering. It's not so bright that it's just like, there's no glare off of it. So that's a big sell. That's a big piece right there. Setting this thing up just takes a matter of seconds. And I took more time than I normally do. I think I've got it set up in 35 seconds already at one point, although I'm not in the race. But the reason that this thing matches and just checked every box that I have is, one, it's completely, totally portable. I've got some other shoot tents. The problem is those are cloth built, and they've got I can put different backgrounds into them, very similar to this. But to use them, I have to carry a studio lighting with me. So right now I've got two 36 umbrellas, which is lighting this up right here. And then I've also, when I'm using that, I've also got a small LED panel light that I set in the corners to actually throw out some shadows. Now with this, even on its highest setting, the highest brightness, which is, as you can see, that's pretty bright. On the highest brightness, I was shooting a couple of test objects, and one of them was a face mask, and I set my panel light into the corner, turned it on at its highest brightness, not worrying about color. You know, I wasn't looking for cools or warms, and set it there, and I got just this beautiful Rembrandting shadow that came across, and the lights matched so perfectly that I didn't have to make any adjustments in post for just that additional light coming across. It just blended perfectly. So for me, that was a big one. Now, talking about post, let me share something with you. This may not be the box for you if you are looking to have the ability to adjust your warmness or your coolness of your light, getting into the Kelvin numbers and so on like that. This is 120 bulbs. They're on or they're off, and you can adjust the brightness from low to high, and that's it, which is perfect for me because I do everything in post as it is. I don't worry about having color temperatures or doing different things, because if I'm shooting a video like a turntable video or something like that, I'm going to apply some LUTs to that, or I'm going to color grade and color correct and so on like that on anything else that I use. So that I don't need. You might need that if that's what you're looking for. Again, this is not the box for you, but this did not slow me down from giving this thing a 5-star rating. Carrying it is simple. It's lightweight. You know, there's not a lot I can say about this thing. It fit all my needs. It checked every box. So that's it. That's my 5-star review on the RALENO 120 LED Shoot Tent Kit. Whew, that's a mouthful. Hey, if this helped you out making an informed decision, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on this so I know how to make my videos better and what type of content to make sure that I have in there. And if you're not following me or reading my reviews, hit the follow me down below, and check out some of my other reviews, and be prepared for a whole lot more video reviews. Until the next time, go out and take a picture or make a video. Make it epic. Tell your story.
Hey there, it's Brad behind the camera, and we're going to take a look at the RALENO, ooh, there goes the battery, LED shooting tent kit. This is a 2-foot cube shooting tent with LED lights in the top, and I use it for little fun product photography stuff like this, and we are going to try to take pictures of our little tiny dogs in here to see if that works out later. But I'm going to tell you about some of the features. So I'm going to grab this guy. If you see in here, you've got reflective surfaces on the inside, and you've got this panel that goes up smoothly to the back and up to the top there where it's connected. There's a diffuser up top to cover up those lights. I'll say in a minute why you can see some of them there. And then if we go out, we've got this little window where you can close this up if you want. And this is all Velcro. It's all pretty straightforward, nothing really complicated. but these reflective surfaces, and then got all this messy setup for some more product things here. There are 4 different backdrops. It comes with black as the material that is on the inside if you don't put anything up apart from the silver on the sides. But there's this sort of peachy color, a faded peach, and a gray and a black that you can put on the inside to make it smooth. And then if you go up to the top, you have a hole where you can shoot through there. So we've got that hole. And there's a hole in the diffuser where this is pretty well designed. They thought about this, where you've got the part that you pull out and then you Velcro it back, just like with this bit up here. So see, there's Velcro there to stick it to. And that's where the power comes out. So you see we've got this power thing here where if I were to turn the knob, then the power would go down. Oh, and my little phone is adjusting it. Okay, so I turned it off, back on, and turning it up. Okay, and then there's an on-off button there. Okay, with a little power cable. All right, so this is pretty pretty easy to work with. We've got a box here. It's the 2-foot cube box it comes in that everything fit in, and it's not too wide. So I'll probably be storing things in that. I might keep the backdrops separate. But so far it's pretty simple. It's not super sturdy. But one of the things I want to tell you about before we go is, let's open this up here. Okay, I just folded the whole thing down. Each of these sides just folds down, and there's little bits of Velcro hooks and loops on there. So one of the things that I wasn't sure about was the color temperature. So I think I remember it saying on the listing that it was greater than or equal to, or not the color temperature, that's 5500 Kelvin, the color rendering index. So what the quality of the color is. I think I remembered it saying it was 92 or greater, but then I look at the manual and it says that it's greater than or equal to 82. It's the third one up from the bottom there under specs. So that's not great. And that's a little disappointing. But if you're not getting this for professional work where it really matters that you get the colors accurate, if you're not using one of the cubes, I've got one of those, and you're not shooting with DSLR and trying to adjust in Photoshop to make sure that you're getting everything accurate, then it probably doesn't matter that much. I'm happy with this for my purposes where no one's paying me to do this work. So, it may be good for you if that's what you're looking at, or if the color isn't really important. If what's important is you need this much room, because when you get one of the 1-foot cubes, you can't go far to the side before you see the walls there. You've got to get pretty close. So this allows me to have a little bit of a spread. I had to do it closer in like that. So that works out okay. So those are things to think about. At the 2-foot cube is still a little unwieldy to deal with. It was a bit of a challenge working it out, but so I wouldn't want to go bigger than that for a light box. I'd rather do a bigger setup with the light panels and stuff like that for anything bigger. But I think this is pretty good for small product photography, and maybe for small dog photography if they're really tiny. All right, hope it helped.
Eccoci qui per l'unboxing di questa box fotografica marca RALENO con kit LED. Andiamo subito ad aprirla assieme e vediamo com'è all'interno. Dopo però aver controllato le certificazioni, possiamo vedere abbiamo la certificazione FCC, CE di Comunità Europea, data la distanza abbiamo quella di Comunità Europea, UKCA e ROS. Bene, altamente certificata. Procediamo con l'apertura. Packaging esterno di qualità, ben fatto, solido, ben strutturato, con maniglia di trasporto, gradevole la presenza del solo adesivo qui. Packaging ben fatto. Vediamo l'interno. Procediamo con l'apertura, facendo fuoriuscire tutto il materiale che vi è a corredo. Bene, già da subito iniziamo a vedere come ci siano gli sfondi che andranno resi lievemente più dritti, però abbiamo gli sfondi con velcro. Abbiamo il color salmone, bianco, nero e un grigio 50% su per giù. Bene, procediamo con l'apertura. Diffusore, piccolo imballo di protezione, ed ecco qui la box, molto piccola, ben curata, viene corredata di alimentatore. Alimentatore con potenziometro, quindi regolerà il voltaggio in maniera tale da regolare l'intensità del LED. Piccolo libretto di istruzioni che andiamo subito a vedere assieme per controllarne le lingue. Abbiamo anche la lingua italiana. Bene, 2 pagine di spiegazione. Assorbimento, qui abbiamo il modello PKL D440, il primo, 24 watt di assorbimento a 12 volts. Benissimo, procediamo con l'apertura. Da qui in poi ovviamente andremo a procedere con il montaggio. Io adesso monterò la box, seconda parte del video la andremo a vedere dopo che l'avrò testata. Eccoci qui, seconda parte di questo video. Ho montato la box, l'ho utilizzata, vi ho fatto vedere prima un attimo durante le fasi di utilizzo della box. Che dire, allora, materiali di media qualità. Abbiamo la possibilità di usufruire anche di quest'altra apertura, quindi abbiamo più aperture delle quali usufruire. Però che dire di questa box? Ecco, per iniziare non è solidissima, e ovviamente anche le chiusure, come potete vedere, sono sì in velcro ma non a tenuta di luce, quindi dobbiamo un attimo adeguarci. Tutto sommato però buona la dotazione di accessori, prezzo bene o male nella media, prodotto comunque di
in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon.
very, very bright. Like, very bright. This is super bright. And a lot of space. It may not look like a lot of space with this little, with this rabbit in there. Thank you, sweetie. But it's like a lot of space in there. And you can put something tall in there, wide. I really like this box. Perfect.
This is the 4 decided to disappear. So this